You are 10 weeks pregnant. 10 weeks pregnant. I've been pregnant for 10 weeks. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Imani and I'm back with another freaking video. Today's video, we're gonna talk all things how I found out that I was pregnant. Whew, all the symptoms I had, literally what was going through my brain, okay? And also some other little things that I'm gonna put out there. Okay, so first things first, let me check my app. Let's do a check-in to see how far I am. Today's Tuesday, my turnover days are Wednesdays. Last time I checked, I was 20 weeks, so I'm guessing that I'm 20 weeks and 6 days. 20 weeks and 6 days, so I'm 20 weeks and 6 days. So this is what my baby looks like right now. They are the same size as a grapefruit, and then tomorrow they'll be the size of a banana. I can't believe I'm carrying a grapefruit and then a banana in my stomach. I also want to do a quick bump check. So let me show you guys my bump. Your girl is getting big. So this is me. I cannot fit in this sweatsuit really. But this is my bump. This is the bump. We are getting big. Baby is getting big. So I want to tell you guys everything that I've experienced with this pregnancy so far and just how it all started. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Instagram at the Imani Collins, follow me on TikTok at the Imani Collins. This is where I'll be sharing my journey all about pregnancy, motherhood as a first-time mom, lifestyle, and more. And let's get into it. Let me just go to my photos really quick because y'all, I don't know if you guys remember, but I literally made a video and it had titled something along the lines of like, I missed my period plus something else. It was like a week or day in my life. I'm gonna put the screenshot here. When I made that video, I really hadn't had my period for a month. And then I'm pretty sure in the videos after that, I was talking about, I was having like a health scare and they thought that I had PCOS and I was freaking out. I remember going to the hospital, going to the doctor because I didn't get my period and I wanted to do the blood work pregnancy test. Went to the doctors, they did the blood work, I did the pee test, the urine test. They were like, you're not pregnant, but you haven't had your period and that's not normal. So let's send you off to go get an ultrasound, which will basically show what your ovaries look like. Went and did the ultrasound, did the blood work. They said that the blood work came back normal, but I wasn't pregnant, and that my ultrasound on my ovaries, I did have a few cysts, okay? So no period, not pregnant, and a few cysts on your ovaries. They kind of pinned that to was PCOS. If you don't know what PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. So polycystic ovary syndrome, that's what it is a hormonal disorder causing enlarged ovaries with small cysts on the outer edges. I do know that one of the symptoms is you have an irregular period or you have no period, and when you do have your period, it's short and light. A lot of people with PCOS, I don't even know why I'm getting into this, but this is just like a background. A lot of people with PCOS, they become like overweight, obese, all of that. You even have to eat a certain way. So one of the main things about PCOS is that women with PCOS are infertile. So it is very hard for you to get pregnant. You can get pregnant, but you might come across some difficulties when trying to get pregnant. So me going to the hospital after not having my period for so long, and then they're telling me, oh, you have cysts on your ovaries, I'm freaking out. I've always wanted to have a family. I've always wanted to be a mom. I love children, and so it scared me so much. I was crying so bad, and it was a mess. So that probably was in June, July. Yeah, June, July, that's when I had that scare, right? Okay, so they end up telling me that I had borderline / mild PCOS, whatever the heck that is, and to basically treat my body as if I had PCOS. What does that mean? I had to eat certain vitamins, I had to eat certain foods, I had Like you're supposed to work out a lot. I was treating myself as if I had PCOS, y'all. Taking vitamins, pills, everything. I think a month later, I did have some bleeding. So I'm like, okay, cool, my period's here. They did tell me that, I don't know why I'm going into all this, but I need y'all to pay attention. Stick with me. So like a month later, I got my period. I'm like, okay, great. Like I have my period. They told me that if you don't get your period within 2 cycles, then you definitely have it. But I had got my period and I had only missed 1 cycle. So I felt like I didn't have PCOS because I didn't make it to 2 cycles without a period. Got my period, or what I thought was a period, and then I went back to doctors. They tested me again. They were like, no, you for sure have some high levels of HCG. I don't even know if I'm saying those words right, but you have some high levels, so continue to treat yourself as if you have PCOS. Went home crying again over it. Over the next few weeks, I started feeling cramps. Like I'm waiting for my next period to come. Never showed up, but I'm like, you know what? I have PCOS. The periods come, they don't come. You will still cramp, but you won't get your period, so cool. I'm cramping for a few weeks. I don't think anything of it because I'm like, whatever, I have PCOS. My period gonna come or it's not gonna come. So I'm just cramping so much. Then it got to the point where, because I have PCOS and I know that PCOS, you can get obese and overweight, I started working out heavy. Getting out of breath, but that's also a symptom of PCOS. You are exhausted a lot faster. I got out of breath and stuff, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out something. So I started doing intermittent fasting. I started intermittent fasting 12 to 6. So I wouldn't eat before 12 and I wouldn't eat after 6 p.m. Started doing that, felt great the first few weeks, and then towards the second week, I started feeling so sick. And not to mention, I was vegan, y'all. I literally cut chicken, beef, pork. I cut everything, every animal from my diet. I cut dairy from my diet. So I'm vegan, I'm intermittent fasting, and I supposedly have PCOS. Too much too soon, too much going on, too much changes and things happening within my body. So at this point I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, my body is just all over the place. Like I have all this health stuff going on and I'm vegan, I'm doing all these things. It is what it is. No, it's not what it's not. Because that was never the case. It was never PCOS. I never had health problems. So boom, vegan, intermittent fasting, it was going good, going cool, and then I started feeling so sick. I started feeling so sick, like to the point where I couldn't even like really stand up for that long. I just didn't feel well. Like I was getting so nauseous, but I'm not thinking pregnancy because they just told me I have PCOS. So I'm getting nauseous, I'm feeling so weak. I was just feeling horrible. Any smell or sight of food was just like, no, I don't want it, but then I'm hungry, but then I don't want it, and then it's just like, it was so much. After that, y'all, I swear, my boobs started getting so big. I'm like, I had just bought a new bra, and like the next day, my boobs couldn't fit in the bra. But I'm like, oh yeah, PCOS, you gain weight fast. You gain weight fast. So I'm like, okay, I just gained this weight fast and it's just going to my boobs. My boobs started getting so big. Then I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, why is my stomach getting big? Like, dang, I know that I possibly have this, but why is my stomach getting this big? My boyfriend even told me, he was like, cause we like showered together, so he would notice when I would shower that my stomach was a little pudgy, and he said in his head he would just be like, she looks good, but like, what's going on? So it was just so much going on. So yeah, cramping, boobs, but this was the kicker for me. This is when I was like, I need to like figure something out. I need to go get some more pregnancy tests. I need to go back to the doctor or something. One night, y'all, I literally peed 3 times in a row. Like, I've never went to sleep and had to get up 3 times to pee. 3 times to use the bathroom. No. So I told my boyfriend, I'm like, I just went to the bathroom 3 times. Like, that is not normal. But I'm not thinking pregnancy. I'm still not thinking pregnancy. I'm like, why did I just use the bathroom 3 times like that? It wasn't even a whole hour. I had used the bathroom like 3 different times. And I'm like, this is not normal. I only had 1 sip of water. Like, what is going on? So like a few days later, I had 1 more pregnancy test left. I had one more pregnancy test. I'm like, all right, I have this pregnancy test, I need to take it, but I was not trying to take it. So like literally one morning I went to the bathroom, I'm like, let me just take this test. When I tell you, I saw that test and I was like, what? Have you ever seen the SpongeBob episodes when it's like this, like it's like the character and then it's like this, like looking at the object? Like I was holding that test in my hand. I'm like, what does this mean? I was just so shocked and confused. I'm like, pregnant? Like what? Like what? I was so freaking shocked. I was so shocked because mind you, my sister Brooke is pregnant. My sister Yadi is pregnant. So it was just such a shock because I'm like, there's no way I'm pregnant. Not only did they just tell me I have PCOS, but I had just taken a pregnancy test. I went to the doctors, I did all these things. Maybe it was too soon, I don't know. But what was so crazy was I had did a primary care visit. I had found a primary care doctor and I went to go see them. Horrible doctor. I just came in, she spoke to me, that was it. She was asking me questions, but she didn't take any tests, she didn't do anything at all. I didn't do a pee test, nothing at all. If I would have did the urine test, I need to stop saying pee. If I would have did the urine test that day, I would have detected it because that would probably was like a week before. But all the doctor's appointments that I had where they were saying PCOS things, that probably was like a month in advance. So I probably was seeing the doctors around June, end of June. I finally started getting the symptoms and then eventually taking the test towards the end of July, beginning of August. I had seen that primary care doctor between end of June, beginning of August. She would have detected it. The reason why those doctors couldn't detect it in June was because it was too soon. Like you can only detect a pregnancy once you're about, I think, 3 weeks. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you can only detect it when you're like 3-4 weeks. So end of June, because I got pregnant, I think May 31st. Wait. Yeah, so like I wouldn't have been able to really detect it towards the end of June, beginning of July. So it just makes sense. So this whole time, and I really don't even know if this could be a case study. Like, can it be a case study? Because I was actually taking meds and stuff because of this diagnosis. And also, I could very much well have it. You can still get pregnant with PCOS, but I just don't think that's what it was. So I take the test, it's positive. I tell my boyfriend, I'm like, what the heck? He's like, don't worry about it, it's good, we're good. So I take some more pregnancy tests. All the things say positive, y'all. I mean, it's clear as day, pregnant, pregnant, pregnant. 2 lines, 2 lines, 2 lines, 2 lines. I'm like, oh my gosh. Fast forward, we go to our first appointment. The worst doctor in the world. It was the most scariest appointment ever. She put the Doppler. A Doppler is a device they put on your stomach to hear the baby's heartbeat. She couldn't find the baby's heartbeat. Hello, I was early. You're not gonna hear the baby's heartbeat. So she was freaking us out. She's like, are you sure that you're pregnant? I'm like, I'm very sure that I'm pregnant because the week before that, I had went to, they have like these walk-in sonogram or ultrasound locations you can go in just to confirm that you're pregnant. Me and my boyfriend went to this sonogram location the day after we found out, and guess what it was? It was, I'm not gonna say fully formed baby, but this baby had a head, had toes, had legs, had hands, had fingers. It was a baby. So I'm like, wait a second. How far am I? You know what they tell me? You are 10 weeks pregnant. I've been pregnant for 10 weeks. Everything was just crazy to me. Everything was so shocking to me. But when we went to our first official appointment, that doctor she was not confident. She scared the crap out of me. I'm like, well, you don't hear a heartbeat? She's freaking us out. But the thing is, when you're that early, even 10 weeks is still early. The baby is very, very small. It's gonna be hard to put something on your stomach and hear a heartbeat. She didn't warn us. She didn't tell us. She just said nothing. It was very, very, very scary. Okay, and as far as where I'm at now, I'm excited. I love my baby. I'm trying to be careful with not saying the gender because I don't want to say the gender yet, but I talk to my baby, I sing and dance with my baby, I rub my baby. I'm starting to feel some movements. I'm starting to feel some kicks. Yesterday when I was holding my nephew, because my sister just had, one of my sisters just had their baby, and I was holding my nephew and he was sitting on my belly a little bit, and I just felt like little kicks. like little movements. It was the cutest thing ever. So I am falling in love every single day with this tiny human that I have never met before, and I'm so excited. Am I nervous? I am nervous about some parts of motherhood, absolutely, because I feel like you hear all these horror stories and sob stories, and it's just like, you very rarely hear like positive experiences with motherhood. And then I also feel like people just give unsolicited advice. Like, people see a belly or people know that I'm pregnant, and then they just want to just like kind of trauma dump on me or my boyfriend, and then he tells me, and it's just like, it's very unhelpful. Like, it's just like not necessary. And so at first I would allow those people or stories to get to me, but I'm learning to just let it come in and let it go out. Like, everyone's situation is different, everyone's journey is different, and just because someone experienced one thing don't mean I'll experience the same thing. But also going into it with an open mind, like, okay, this could happen. Postpartum is a huge thing I've been hearing about, but me just knowing that I have such a supportive community and family, it makes everything, it just makes everything more calming. Of course, in a perfect world, I wanted to get married first. I wanted to get married, buy a house, have babies, but it didn't happen that way. In life, I feel like it's okay to sometimes reorganize and reorder your series of events, but right now this is the journey that we're on, and I'm accepting of it, and I'm happy for it. Like, I'm so happy about it, and I don't think it has hit me yet. This belly is growing every single day, so like, I feel like it's starting to, but like, for the most part, I'm just like, oh, I just have a belly and I feel some movement, but yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like, seeing my sisters, like my older sister, she just had her baby, my other sister's about to have her baby, like, just being around their babies and being in the hospital with them and holding their babies and stuff, it's becoming more and more real. I don't know what I'm gonna tell you guys the gender. I really don't know. I have been doing so much other stuff. I finally settled into my apartment. We're getting furniture in today. Like, we've been, getting settled in, getting some furniture in today and stuff. So now I finally feel ready to bring this type of content to you guys. And yeah, this is the beginning. So welcome to my journey of pregnancy and soon to be motherhood. I'm so excited to take you guys along the journey. Don't forget to hit that follow button, share this video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on TikTok at the Imani Collins, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.